Hello everyone, so in today's video I'll be talking about 5 most important things you need to revise in your interview or before your interview, and these 5 things are extremely important and impactful thing, and we need to make sure that we thoroughly revise them before our interview. So the first thing in the list is the order of execution. Order of execution is an extremely important topic, and no matter how many times we revise it, because it has so many things in it, we kind of forget many of these things. So we need to revise it before our interview in order to tell everything perfectly in front of the interviewer. The second thing in the list is governor limit. Governor limits are extremely important, and there are many people like me who are not really good with the numbers, so we kind of forget those numbers during the interview. So it is very essential we revise those things just before the interview so that we can tell those things perfectly in front of interviewer. Number third thing in the list is lifecycle hook in Lightning Web Component. Lifecycle hooks are extremely important, and we need to make sure that we are able to tell them lifecycle hook as well as when to use which lifecycle hook, because that becomes extremely important. Number 4 in the list is the best practices. Best practices for Apex trigger as well as best practices for Apex test classes. Both of these are extremely important from the interview point of view, especially if you have techno managerial round. Then these best practices are going to make a lot of impact, and it will give a message to the interviewer that the candidate has worked on the best practice and knows all the best practices and can build the scalable solutions in the Salesforce environment. And the last thing in the list is the release updates. As we all know, Salesforce keeps on releasing the updates throughout the years, and there are 3 release updates they do every year. So we need to make sure that we are thoroughly in line with what are the release updates. Most of the release updates associated with our technology. It's not like we should remember everything or everything associated with the release update, but major things like if you're working on the flows, or if you're working on the Lightning Web Component, or majorly on the Apex, we should make sure that we are aware about all the release updates associated with the things we are doing in our current project. So these are the 5 things we need to make sure that we revise thoroughly on our interview day. And apart from these things, we need to make sure that we do a thorough research on the company. If it is a product based company or if it is a service based company, we do some research on the company, the major business, the major domain they are working on, the kind of projects they have, and so that we can ask logical questions at the end of interview, and that will also make a lot of impact in your interview. If I miss anything, make sure you add those things in the comment box, and feel free to ping me on the LinkedIn, and I'll be more than happy to help you. Thank you everyone.